We are having a very in-depth conversation about defiant teens today. Before the show, we asked the village to weigh in on social media about challenges they may have faced parenting a teenager. Here are the shocking results. 16% said their teen has punched a hole in the wall. 20% said their teen has physically assaulted them, 1 in 5. 36% said their teen has stolen money or belongings. It's over a third. 56% said their teen has ignored curfew. 84% said their teen has talked back, and 92% said their teen has lied to them. These might be shocking results to you, but all too often we're seeing this go on over and over and over again. Our homes many times are in crisis, particularly during these years. It might seem unusual, but it's not insurmountable. My next guest, Julia, says her 14-year-old daughter is out of control. Her older daughter, Janae, takes her mother's side in this battle.
Anger and violence is the actions that we see every day in here. There's always arguments, there's always bickering, there's always screaming. The police is here every week for altercations that my sister has with either my mom or myself.
Jalissa, get out my room.
Jalissa does have ADHD. The problems with her has drastically increased. It has just gotten totally out of control to the point where she's hitting me. She'll get very angry and she'll go in the bathroom, she'll lock the door, and she'll punch holes in the wall. She threw the phone and it fractured my elbow. I literally couldn't move my arm for weeks. We have reached past the breaking point.
Thank you both for joining us today. Julia, when did you first notice that Jalissa was having these types of behavioral problems?
It really increased in 2013. She was having behavioral problems earlier at a younger age, but it seemed like it was controllable. And then as she got to be 13, it really increased at a greater magnitude than before.
When you look at these kinds of problems that you're having, do you all feel like you're walking on eggshells in your own house?
Most definitely. Most definitely.
Most definitely.
So the adults are walking on eggshells
For the child.
for the child.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. That crazy, right?
Is that a little odd?
Yeah.
Very odd.
Yeah.
She even pulled a knife on you? Tell me about that.
She was very upset. And she was, I want to say 11 at the time. And one day we got into an argument and she threw the knife. I was standing by the front door of our house. She was a distance from me, but we were in the house. And she threw the knife. It didn't hit me, but it like literally shot past my ear and hit the door. And then it dropped.
Julia, has she ever physically attacked you?
She tried. She tried. I told her, I said, it's the last day you ever, first day and the last day that you will ever try me. She did rear back. You know how you rear back and like, I'm going to hit you. And if I didn't do this
She would have
and block her, she would have caught me.
Describe to me what happens to her, because I'm getting to know her through you. When she has one of these tantrums, what does that look like?
It's basically because I can't have my way. Things are not going my way. It's not the way how I think it should be. This is a 14-year-old. And I'm saying, I'm in charge here. I'm mom and dad. I'm in charge here. So it has to go by what I say. And she has a problem with that. So as a result, you will get, go in the bathroom. I have half a bathroom downstairs. Go in the bathroom, shut the door, have a tantrum, kick a hole in the wall or holes in the wall.
Are you angry like that too?
No, not to destroy something, because I know that I can go to God when I'm get real angry and I'm like, God, you got to help me.
So help me, Janae. Where is this anger coming from? Where do you think your sister's angry?
I think it's coming from her missing her father.
Okay. We've been talking about what parents need to know in order to raise a well-behaved and well-adjusted teen. We're going to meet Julia's 14-year-old daughter when we come back. Welcome back. Today we've been talking about parenting defiant teens. Julia says her 14-year-old daughter, Jalissa, is out of control and needs to get her act together. Well, let's meet Jalissa. Jalissa? How you doing?
Good.
Thanks for joining us. Arguing seems to be the norm in this household. It's just completely out of control. Here's a quick video of what happens when Jalissa is upset.
I want my stuff back! I want my stuff back!
Jalissa, it's not even in there.
I want my stuff back now! I'll call the police again. I'll call the police again.
You can call them. You can call them.
Okay, open this door.
Jalissa,
Open this door! Open this door! Open this door! I don't care! They're recording!
What runs through your mind when you hear that?
Wow.
Wow. Mine too. That's what I thought, the same thing you did. Wow. So you don't really realize it sounds like that when you're doing it?
No, well, I don't know, like, because sometimes I, like, kind of black out sometimes.
But you don't black out in other relationships. You don't do this at school. You don't do this in other settings. You save the blackout for home.
Yeah.
What has you so angry about home? What's going on here?
Sometimes, I don't know.
Talk to me. Sometimes what?
Feel like my mom and my dad leave.
You feel like your mommy and your dad leave. And you're sad about it. This is mostly about your father and your mother's relationship, or lack thereof. And that comes out in anger. You feel like your mother made your dad leave and you're angry with her about it.
Yes.
Did you know this?
I just found that out like late last year with therapy. With her therapist made it known to me that that was how she felt. So we had a small session that didn't go too deep. I basically explained to Jalissa why her dad wasn't in the home, which is my husband, why he's not in the home, and that it wasn't a situation about my fault for him leaving, actually. I explained to her.
Do you accept your mother's explanation as to why your father is not there, or do you really not believe it?
I believe her. And it's just
You're just angry about it. Do you often feel like your mother and your sister gang up on you?
a lot of times.
You know what? I want them to bring me an extra chair in here. Okay, because I think you just sit right there. I think you feel like nobody's on your side. And I am wondering what it's going to take to reconnect you back into this family. Or will you continue to have a demonstration and picket for your father's return? Let's get into that a little bit. What's going on there?
Well, her dad and I were separated, and about approximately 8 years ago. And she was very young. She was very close to her dad. She was about 6, and she was very close to her dad. And she never really understood at 6 you can't really explain, why. She just know that he was gone and that she hasn't heard from him until about a month ago. And it's been like almost 8 years.
So when you did hear from him and you got to talk to him, what was that like?
I was scared.
You were scared. Look at me. What are you scared of?
Because it's been a long time since I haven't talked to him.
And you were scared of what his reaction would be? What was the big fear? Were you afraid he was going to be angry, or were you afraid that he was going to reject you?
Reject me?
That's what this is all about. Do you feel like he did reject you? And you're angry about it? Come on. Come on. Come here. Come here. I want to understand. I understand why you're hurting about this. I understand that you feel rejected. But I don't understand why that doesn't make you closer to your mother. Could it be possible that maybe Mama feels rejected too?
I don't know.
So is the anger misplaced here? A little bit? Do you know that it's being misplaced?
No.
Do you think that your mother is hurt? You do? So why would you do things to her too?
Because I feel like she made him leave.
Wonder if your mother feels inside what you feel on the outside, but she's more masterful at hiding it. Wouldn't that be something? I think you're acting outside the way your mama feels inside. And I think it's hard for your mother to give you the comfort because she's hurting too. If she were to reach out to comfort you, would you let her?
Yes. Yes.
You would. Would that be helpful?
Yes.
It would be helpful. So you want it, but you don't know how to get it from her. Yes?
Yes.
I'm doing good so far? See, you think you're having trouble with the teenager. I think you're having trouble with an 8-year-old.
Absolutely.
I think the teenager is defending the 8-year-old. And I think the reason she's tearing up all kind of stuff is because this big, strong, violent, angry teenager is trying to protect this 8-year-old girl who can't figure out where her daddy is. And you're trying to straighten out the teenager? But I think you should go for the 8-year-old. I don't think the 8-year-old knows how to talk to her mama. And so the teenager just protects the child until you figure out how to get your kid back.
Wow.
My answers for this family when we come back. Welcome back. We're talking about parenting defiant teens today, and we are on a mission, a rescue mission, to get Jalissa from a pain that she doesn't seem to be able to break through herself. Before the break, we were talking about finding that 8-year-old who's down inside of that teenager. And I think that teenager is defending the 8-year-old. And I think she's defending the 8-year-old because she feels rejected and she feels wounded. And I think she's angry at you because her father left. But I think she's also angry at you for not missing him too. I think your strength is your weakness with her. That you act like you're cool with it and it don't bother you. And she doesn't have fraternity with you. And she doesn't know that beneath all of that, you feel just like her. Because your neat, polished package presentation says to her, my daddy didn't matter. He could walk away and you could still get up and go to work going on about your business like it didn't matter. Well, it matters to me. That's what she's telling you. It matters to me. It matters to me. I'm going to punch holes and scream and yell because it matters to me. She doesn't need you to be Superwoman. She needs you to be mama, and she needs you to connect at the point of her loss. Because for her, this is about her, not about you.
True.
So here she is. We're talking about an 8-year-old hitting in here who's sitting over here crying, who says, I need my mama to comfort me. I don't know how to get it. And you're still sitting over there. Yeah. Look at her grinning. Look at her grinning. You kissing on her and she's just a grinning. She's not punching a thing. You know, sometimes when you have been rejected, particularly women, you can be strong to your detriment. Sometimes you can be so strong that you alienate people you want to help.
True.
Because you're so busy trying to keep out the pain you don't want in, that you also lock out the love you need to come in.
True.
It's okay to be vulnerable. It's okay. I want to get some help. We have Jim West, president of Total Life Counseling of Orlando and author of StressLess Educational Series on Skype with us today. Jim.
Hey, what's up, Bishop?
Help a brother out, man. Tag,
right.
You're it.
Oh, Julia, you need to talk about Dad. And whenever she's thinking about Dad or she has questions, you need to answer them. Sometimes we feel like we're protecting her by not saying anything about Dad or trying to dismiss it or just avoid it. You need to talk about him. And I want to help you on how to do that. Okay?
The doctor is graciously offering a free consultation and one free session per week for a year.
Wow.
Thank you.
That's amazing. Will you take it?
Yes,
Absolutely.
Good. I think we're on the road to recovery, don't you?
I believe
I
so.
agree.
Yeah.
I'm so glad we were able to help this family through a rough phase in their lives. Thanks for helping us out, Jim. I really appreciate you, my tag team partner. Coming up, if you're having trouble keeping your teenager in line, I've got the best parenting advice for you after the break. You will not want to miss it. Stay tuned.
Are you struggling with a defiant child or teenager? Tired of feeling out of control in your own home? Well, you can take control now with this Stress Less with Defiance program. One of the most popular tools in this program is what I call subcontracting. This is an amazing tool as siblings have their allowance put in a jar at the beginning of the week and have a set time to complete the chore. If it's not done, they can use their allowance to pay or subcontract a sibling or parent to complete their chore. Parents love this plan as they do not have to monitor the kids to do their chores, as they will do their chores themselves so they do not have to pay their siblings. Another really popular tool is the VEC plan. A common complaint I get from teenagers is, my parents don't listen to me. Well, you can use this 3-step process to hear their concerns and diffuse your angry, defiant teen and get them to do what you need them to do. Are you sick of hearing sorry? Sorry means I feel for you, and I'm pretty sure your oppositional child is not feeling for you. As a result, you do not trust your oppositional student, and trust is the glue in healthy relationships. This program will teach you how to repair the trust with more than just an apology. You will learn the 3-step AMC plan, which will enable you to repair the trust quickly. These are just a few examples of the many tools included in the StressLess with Defiance program. The workbook includes these tools and charts for various ages. There are so many easy-to-use, proven and effective tools. So download this program now to receive help today.
We've been having a serious discussion about raising successful teenagers today, and as you can see, they don't come with a manual. They don't come with labels. You're going to make mistakes along the way. But the beauty is in the mistakes. It's in learning how to cope and work things out and develop the kinds of people skills that will follow them all of their lives. Caution. I want you to understand, don't start raising people when they're teens. Start when they're in the crib. Building relationship and rapport, not just morals and ABCs and alphabets and mathematics. You have to teach them how to have conflict and how to have emotions and how to manage feelings. And let me tell you something, put away your chalkboard, because you can't do this with chalkboards or iPads or Facebook. You do this by how you cope as an adult. They will mirror what you put in them. Now, friends, if you're having trouble with the Defiant team and want my advice, message me on the show's Facebook page or go to tdjakes.com, click on Ask the Bishop and submit your story. I want to thank all of my guests. Thank you so much. Thanks to Dr. Michelle Borber for being here and for Jim West and for all of you helping me out. We love you. See you next time. That's a real compliment. How you doing now? Thank you. God bless you. God bless you.
Are you stressed about your ADHD child? Or constantly arguing with a defiant teen? Does your child need help to fly under the bully's radar? Or are you tired of side effects from medication and looking for an alternative? Well, the StressLess series has the same easy-to-use online parenting tools I use to get quick results with these and many other issues for my clients. As a child adolescent expert, I am making these tools available to you at a fraction of the cost. Find relief today at StressLessSeries.com.